Anambra State Police Command is not under the control of the state government. Yes, likewise other states. Okay, but then for you, okay, to write your name on the sands of time, for you to make a mark for yourself, you have to do your best. When you do your best, we will see the result. When you are not doing anything, we will see the result. That is why he has to work hard to make sure that he leaves a legacy for which he will be remembered for when he has bowed out of office. It's high time he puts a stop to police officers who stay at checkpoints collecting money from motorists. That is not why that is not why they are here. They are here to protect the lives and properties of the people of Anambra State. And they should do that by constantly patrolling around the state, making use of intelligence. When somebody brings a report to the police that a criminal activity is happening somewhere, they should respond immediately. They should respond quickly, not telling them we don't have a vehicle to go to that place. We are not well equipped to go to that place. That is nonsense.
You have to deposit some money.
Yeah, that is nonsense. That is not how to work. Okay, they should emulate Operation Udogachi. How many are they? Just after 2 weeks, they are giving us results. The number applauded for them. Look at what they did at Inewi 3 days ago, and they are doing more. So that is how to do this job. So Livingston should contact Adeoye, find out, yes.
His secret.
Yes, find out his secret. What strategy did he use to get it right? That is how to do this. And they should not do the bidding of individuals, some powerful individuals who are determined to portray the good jobs our dear governor is doing in bad light. Yeah. Because when they are working for them, they will not do the right thing. When they are called upon to tackle criminality, they will rescind because they are taking decisions from some people who want to frustrate the efforts of Governor Soludo in providing adequate security for lives and properties of Ndi Anambra. We will not tolerate that. This government is meeting the needs of Ndi Anambra, whether I like it or not. And we are happy and comfortable with this government. All they need is to support this government. All we want from them is their support, nothing but their support. And the only way they can do that is to ensure effective policing of this state. That is that.
Right. Okay.
I want to chip in something from what Shwemeka said. Like police moving at night is unfortunate that you hardly see that. But there's something I want to say here. If the new police commissioner will tell his officers, I don't know why a police team that is moving in the night will be blowing siren. Are you telling the criminals that I'm coming so that they will run? You don't blow siren, so they will get them red-handed. How can you be blowing siren that somebody in Aroma will know that police is coming from Regina Cheli? The person will run. You don't need to blow siren to show. And let them start moving at night. Sometimes you will discover that this whole Oka, as the capital city of Anambra State, it is only the Aguna Chamber. Before the inauguration of Aguna Chamber, people will call vigilante, are the only ones moving around the city in the night. Every police officer goes to sleep in the night. It's unfortunate. That has to be reversed. That has to be reversed immediately because 90% of these crimes are committed in the night. So they should be moving from one street to another in the night and stop blowing siren for crying out loud. Are you telling them that you are coming so that they will run, or are you afraid of them? I don't know. I just don't know. There's no traffic in the night, so why are you blowing the siren for?
Sorry to cut you short. But at times this siren blowing, at times it works. At times when they are about doing something and they hear the siren, they just leave everything, abandon whatever, and run away.
Okay.
I think it's better
just to scare them. Why not arrest them? Why not pick them up? If they run away today, tomorrow they will come again. Just get them there, arrest them.
It's all about working with intelligence. That's what people are saying.
You don't need to blow siren. You will run.
You have a point.
So I think the bottom line of the whole thing about policing is was one area that is lacking in today's policing, and that is area of intelligence, which Chibuzo just said. I think the police should do something very serious about working on intelligence. Before now, if you see any criminal, you don't need to announce your presence. You just go there at night and pick the person because you are working with serious intelligence. That is what is lacking in today's policing. I think we should, this new police that is, the commissioner that is coming should look. And another thing is that we need to strengthen all the units in police force. The anti-court unit, the anti-terrorism unit, all these things units should be strengthened so that they will know their responsibilities and begin to work on that. I don't want to hear again that in Anambra there is a court clash and 10 were killed or something like that. No, if you have serious intelligence, you should know those courts, those perpetuating those crimes. You pick them at night or at the right time. And the incident that happened recently where we had that a police EFCC officers were killed when they went for operation at night, I think is also a thing of concern. If a police or any security agency is going on operation on anything, I think other police unit or other security agency close to that place should be in the know.
And
so that there will be such
they have to wear their uniform.
Yes.
You can't see somebody who is wearing a black jean with a red top or with can and the AK-47 trying to enter your room in the night and you will be sleeping. No, you will run. They have to be on their uniform so that you know that these are policemen. Because I learned, it was allegedly said that they were mufti.
Yes.
But that is a case the intelligence unit of the police and the EFCC will later determine.
Exactly. Thank you.
Right, thank you very much. Once again, we have to applaud our state governor, Mr. Governor, Professor Chukwuma Saludo, for this innovation of Operation Udogachi. A lot of people have been itching to give information. They are eager to give information. The other day we were in the studio, somebody called thinking it was the line for Operation Udogachi. He said he wanted to give information, but we now said no, we redirected him to somewhere else. So people are eager, people are happy about that development. Okay, thank you so much. Now, let's go over to, within the week, the Nigerian Labour Congress planned a protest, over increase in tariff, telecom tariff by NCC. Then on the midnight of the day the thing was supposed to take off, we were told that the planned protest had been suspended. Now, we don't understand. Why was it really suspended? Was it that they did not do their homework very well before calling people out for protest? Or what? Could there be more to it, Then we were told that the federal government now set up a committee to review the pricing. What do you think?
Okay, thank you very much. For me, having listened to so many experts who have aired their views on this matter, I think NLC did not get it right. These guys are private investors. They're out to make money. They are not owing NSC, how do I put it, any apology for whatever they do. Rather, they owe NCC, Nigerian Communication Commission. They owe the Ministry of Communication, Federal Ministry of Communication, Ministry of Information, Consumer Protection Council. Though these people, some of them belong to TUC, as the case may be. But for NSC to had planned that protest, they didn't do the normal thing they're supposed to do. One, what triggered the protest? What triggered the price increase? If you listen to their statement, the telecom company's press release, they said for past 10 years, we've been having inflation from one thing to other. Things are going upward inflation, and they haven't adjusted as it should. Now, Mr. President, on assumption of office, suspended fuel subsidy, floated the naira. That's where the bubble burst. Now, they can see, all of us can see, like I myself, I know for sure that price increment in telecom usage and services is imminent. I know for sure. I know it must happen. How many percent it will be is what I don't know. Now, I believe what happened was that people, experts in that field, they've told NLC, you channel your grievances to the federal government. Who made that policy that engineered the increment in telecom sector? You don't come and tell somebody who is selling food, for instance, and is paying 100,000 naira annual shop rent to the landlord. Now, landlord woke up in a day and said you will be paying 1 million a year. The same restaurant now change their price from maybe 10,000 to 500,000 naira, and the NLC will want to picket them or to ask them why will you do that? No, you channel your grievances to the landlord, because landlord adjusted his price upward. Now, for them to remain in the business, they have to follow suit. That's the same way they say there's a minimum wage, from 500,000 now to 70,000 from what it used to be. So if we want to be honest with ourselves, price increment is a necessity. It's not a necessity, it's something that we know must happen, and it has happened. And the NLC learned, though they learned it late, that going on national protest because of this matter is not the best thing to do. Rather, engage the federal government, let them know how to, if they will subsidize for the telecom sector, because diesel used to be 400 when we were then. Now, a liter of diesel is how much? A liter of gas then was below 500. Today, a liter of gas is how much? Including fuel. So I don't think it's the right thing to do to go on national protest because of the increment in telecom sector. I'm not their member. I don't own one, but I just said that NLC has to hold the federal government accountable. Now, Nigerian Communication Commission will now know how to hold the telecom companies accountable, not to come to somebody's private business. Let me ask you, if Glo, MTN, Airtel, what again? Etisalat, if they shut down right now, what is the alternative for Nigerians?
Landline.
That's it. If they want to go on strike, I'm not speaking for them. I'm not their PRO. But let's assume all of them now say, okay, if they're treating us like this, we are going on 1 week warning strike. Do you know the federal will beg them not to go? Governor will be looking for his deputy. The president will be looking for his chief of staff. Nothing will work in Nigeria. We don't have alternatives. So it's how the Nigeria started looking, the federal government started looking for alternative to these issues, so that these people will not be taking us for granted. Because if they know, and that's what happened in capitalist economy. If somebody knows that I am the only person to give you this service, the person can decide that if I don't do the job, is there anybody that will do it? If there's nobody that will do it, the person can tell you whatever he likes. I have a plumber who works for me. He's an expert in that field. I will call him, he will tell me that he's having a headache. I will say, I will add the money for Panadol for you. He said, there's no keke around where he's staying. I say, I will tell somebody to come and carry you. Because I know he knows what he's doing.
The things that come monopoly.
Now, yes, monopoly. Now, federal government should be looking at alternatives that we should use should these telecom giants mess up with Nigerians. But right now, I don't think they've done anything wrong. They are doing business, and they are not. You see, we'll be here, I'll be calling you now, they say switched off, your phone is on. It's because something is lacking somewhere. Maybe one generator somewhere is not on. Maybe one ICT studio is not on. So they haven't done anything wrong. I didn't see the reason NSC wanted to go on that protest ab initio. So for me, it's a wrong step, and they discovered that it's a wrong step, and they retraced their step. Thank you.
Right.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Chibuzo Okoye, for that formed opinion on that shelved, suspended protest by NLC. I want to say this. NLC, or the main aim of organized labor, is to protect the interests, the welfare of their members. And at this point, I want to tell everybody and tell the Nigerians that this is not the best time for Nigerian workers. They are passing through hell now. I don't know. We are believing that things will be better tomorrow. But for today, Nigerian workers are not finding it easy. And the NLC, I believe, they believe in dialogue. If you dialogue with the government instead of squaring it up with them, you get what you want. That's a dialogue. So federal government approach them. They have federal government delegation led by the Secretary to Government of the Federation and about 5 ministers who came a day before that scheduled protest and begged labor, organized labor, not to go on that protest so that they would dialogue. They set up a committee, a 10-man committee, 5 from NLC and 5 from federal government. They have 2 weeks to report back to Nigerians and tell Nigerians the true position of things. But let me say this. We are waiting for the 2 weeks to elapse, and I believe before then, they will come up with a template on what should be done. My worry is not what NLC is doing. NLC, they are doing the right thing. They are doing the right thing. They are protecting the interests of workers. Because, as I said earlier, you see in Nigeria today, I don't even know how some workers survive. We are talking of 70,000 naira minimum wage. I can tell you that there are some states that are not implementing that 70,000 naira minimum wage today. And I wonder what organized labor is doing about it. There are some states, listen, where I said that Nigerian workers, I don't know, this government is not really favoring them. It's because last year, they hurriedly passed the bill and Mr. President assented to the 70,000 naira minimum wage. And instead of implementing, they suspended since February last year the 35,000 naira palliative they have been giving to workers. When they suspended it, we thought that the moment they passed the minimum wage, they will start from May or thereabout to implement. But they forwarded it to around August. They say implementation starts from August. Then they will now pay the palliative from February down to August or July ending. Now, the palliative was not paid from that February date. The arrears of that, the arrears of the minimum wage, which is supposed to be 1 month or 2 months or thereabout, was not paid. The implementation, at least of most of the federal workers, the implementation, instead of the 70,000 minimum wage after the consequential adjustment, what they did now was to give everybody 40,000 naira across board, even if you are level 15, level 10, level 4, level this, 40,000 naira across board. And up to today, nobody is saying anything. The labor union, they were all silent. The NLC, the TUC, they were all silent, and they were surprised. And after that incident that happened in August last year, after the hunger protests, you know, they started fighting and looking for the NLC president Ajero by all means. He was arrested, his phone seized, and all that. After that, till today, Ajero remains silent in issues that concerns labor. And we keep asking, what is the problem? What is the problem? It's either they must have shown Ajero something or threatened him with something. Otherwise, by now, Ajero and Nigerian Labour Congress should have kept quiet. Since federal government has said, the president has sent it to the 70,000 minimum wage, and up to today, they are yet to implement it, and everybody is comfortable about it. I think we should channel our anger to the government. Let government think more and begin to think on how to better the life and this in lots of civil servants and workers in Nigeria. They are suffering. Tell me how somebody you are paying 70,000 naira will buy a bag of rice, 70 or 75,000 naira. There will be no tomatoes. You won't buy gas. Gas is how much now? To I think 1,500 or thereabout for per kg. Then fuel, you think about how much. So after increasing the pump price, which was part of what they discussed with labor, NLC, before that agreeing with that 70,000 naira, they said they won't increase the pump price. And few days after that, you increase the pump price. And nothing happened. NLC did not protest and say, this was not what you told you said you do. And you go to the market, the price of foodstuff skyrocketing, petroleum price on the high side, and that is why the telecom industry decided to increase the tariff. And now that they are planning to increase the tariff,
they've increased already, not planning.
They increased,
yes.
And Labour said they want to go on. Let's see. Let's give them the 2 weeks they talked about. But the truth of the matter is that the government, both at state level, government at all level, should look at the plight of workers. This time is not best for them. They need to smile and be part of the society because they are part of the society. Somebody you are paying 70,000 naira, the person may have children, 4 or 5 children, and you expect the person to pay house rent, which is also on the high side, buy fuel, buy gas, feed the children, pay school fees, and all that. With 70,000 naira, my brother, we need to review that. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. That was exactly why I was asking that. Do you think there's more to it, that the suspension of the protest by NLC? Do you think or you think some things have exchanged hands? Or
no, I don't want to believe that some things have exchanged hands. If anything exchanged hands, I like giving people that benefit of doubt. Let us wait for that 2 weeks.
Okay.
No, we won't die before 2 weeks, expiration of the 2 weeks.
Okay.
If they didn't come up with something, because when they accepted that 70,000 naira minimum wage, some of us started saying that maybe these people have exchanged, Ghana must have exchanged and that Abuja. But I know that sometimes government might use pressure, government might use threats to make you succumb or accept whatever offer they are giving to you. And when you don't accept as a leader, other people, other members will think that you have compromised. But sometimes, if you see what some of these leaders pass through, what they do to them, and what they show to them, you will know that it's not easy for them. Okay. So I know that what happened between this hike in the communication and the telecom tariff and the NLC, I don't want to believe that something has exchanged hands. But if at the end of 2 weeks, they now come back to tell us, let us forget about it and accept whatever they have given to us. My brother, my sister, I will believe that maybe something have happened. Exactly. So that is just that.
Right.
Ebony has said it all.
Okay.
What I want to add here is that I have absolute confidence and trust in Comrade Joe Ajero, the NLC president. Comrade Joe Ajero has in the past shown that he is committed to workers' interest and welfare. We all know that how they secured the 70,000 naira minimum wage the least worker is enjoying in Nigeria, even though it has not been fully implemented. All we owe them is a trust. We have to trust them. I don't want to believe that money has exchanged hands and that is why they stopped the protest. No, government has said, give us 2 weeks, okay, to look into your demand. They are not saying that you should not increase the telecom tariff, okay? It's on the high side. Reduce it to at least 10%. That is what Labour is asking for. Nobody is saying you should not do it. And government has said, give us 2 weeks to look into this. If it's doable, okay, we do it. If it's not, we'll tell you why we cannot do it. So that is why NLC suspended the protest. If this union, okay, has done well in the past, okay, we should also trust them to do the needful at this point in time. They've been working for workers. I don't see any way, okay, they will disappoint us at this time. And you know, one thing about union is that not everybody in the NLC will support Joe Ajero. Some of them who are from the western part of this country always see him as President Bola Tinubu, that whatever he's doing, okay, is to discredit the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But you and I know it's a lie. So when the first subsidy was removed, on the day President Bola Tinubu was sworn in, Ajero called for protest against that. The labor unions in the western part of Nigeria did not support it. Yes, they did. They did not. After some time, when they started feeling the negative impact of that policy, they aligned with Ajero. So that is one thing about unionism. Some people in the union will disagree with you when they feel that you are fighting their own person, their own brother, who they want to remain in power at all costs. So that is one of the things he's facing. So all we owe them is support. We should trust them. I know that at the end of the day, something will be achieved out of this. The 50% increment will not stand. I strongly believe that.
Yeah.
Ajero is a fighter. Ajero is a fighter. He's a go-getter. You know what they are doing. So let's not suspect anybody.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Now, within this week, we marked the World Cancer Day. I think precisely on Tuesday, on the 4th.
Yeah.
We marked the World Cancer Day. And you and I know what cancer, signifies, or whatever it means to people. Once cancer is mentioned, people get agitated. People get worried, And from statistics, we know that it takes a whole lot of money, millions, to treat a cancer patient, I know to treat a breast cancer patient, I think it takes about between 10 million and 20 million. And there is no guarantee that that person will survive. I mean, will live the normal life, So now people are saying or asking what can be done by the federal government to alleviate the plight of some of the cancer patients, and even to make it better so that these cancer issues will be detected earlier so that it doesn't get to that stage, the stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and stage 4, and so on. What can be done, to nip the spread of this cancer in the bud, so that, just like HIV, government provides succor for HIV patients. Then what can be done for cancer patients? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You're a health correspondent.
yes, of course.
In fact, he's almost a doctor.
I'm a quack doctor.
So,
thank you very much. Like you rightly said, cancer is one of the diseases that once you mention, people will be shivering. It's a deadly disease that kills millions of people yearly globally. And when I did the report about World Cancer Day on Tuesday, I was marveled to hear from an expert that there are over 100 types of cancer. 100, over 100. And every cancer has its own peculiar problem. I think the problem to this issue is awareness creation, sensitization of people. That is key, because from the experts I spoke with, none of them is telling me about treatment of cancer. They centered their thoughts on awareness creation, sensitization. For people to know. Cancer is like, how do I put it? It's like breast cancer, you rightly mentioned. The person you are treating, the patient you are treating of a breast cancer is passing through hell. Even if she has the money or the family is super rich, during the program of what they call chemotherapy, that chemotherapy process is a process that you will be out of yourself. It's like you are dead until the process is done, like daily or weekly. So government should do more to provide funding for sensitization of people, to create awareness for people, for ladies to know the age that you start checking your breast, for people to know the one they call cancer of cervix, cervical cancer, for ladies to know what will cause cervical cancer. You can't just wake up and have cervical cancer. Something will cause it, which is having multiple sex partners, is the major cause of cancer of the cervix. There's cancer of the lungs. There's cancer of intestine.
Prostate.
There's prostate. So these are cancers that are affecting, like they told me, cancer is not what affects people in this part of the world that will affect the other people. It differs because what you eat, some people are chain smokers, some countries do drink more than other. You can't, like, I haven't done my research, but I believe in Germany, they do drink more than they drink water in Germany as a country. So you now see a country that do drink much, smoke much, there's tendency of cancer of the lungs than a country who sees cigarettes, smoking and drinking like Islamic countries for you to notice such things. So government should provide funding for awareness creation. And it will shock you that cancer is one of the deadly ailments that government hardly pay attention to. It's highly unfortunate. Government, people, if you have cancer now, you're on your own. Unlike HIV, we went for a training, a health training somewhere sometime last year, and somebody was asking a question about HIV, and the resource person was like, HIV is like a headache now. We are talking about serious sicknesses, cancer, all these viral disease. HIV is a viral disease. He's saying that some sicknesses, you will contract a disease today, within 1 week you are gone. And HIV, you can contract HIV today. You can live 50 years more if you have the antiretroviral drug. So the problem with cancer, to solve the issue of cancer, awareness creation. And for people to come out and test themselves. Yes. Ladies, check your breast as you should. Go for cervical cancer screening, and that's where I will applaud the wife of the governor, Mrs. Nonye Soludo, for what she's doing in that regard, because these things cost thousands of money to do. So awareness creation, early presentation of patients is key to eliminating cancer. And government, I am proposing for government to, like you said, what they did to HIV, they should as well do it to cancer, because cancer patients are going through hell. Imagine a civil servant who develops breast cancer. Where will she get 20 million naira to treat herself? Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. When you were talking, you were emphasizing on breast cancer, cervical cancer,
lungs.
Then the others,
prostate. Yes, I mentioned all of them, but
not just for women.
Yeah.
I don't know if he specializes.
No. Judy, no, it's not my area of specialization. You check the statistics. Breast cancer is the highest with cervical. Prostate do come, We are talking about those ones that are giving, like prostate, you remove it with minimal amount, 600,000, 500,000. It's not minimal amount anyway. But once it's breast cancer, you are talking about millions. So that's why I'm dwelling on breast and cervix.
Okay, I think you have made very important point there. The issue of awareness creation, which is very, very important. In trying to handle the issue of cancer in this country. Let me tell you something. When we're talking of this awareness, I am also urging the health workers, the Ministry of Health, the government at all levels, to also have a program that they will take down to the people living in the rural areas and most of the riverine communities. See, most of the awareness, I covered the Ministry of Health for at least quite some time before they moved me out of the place. That's when I met Chibuzo and we were covering the Ministry of Health. Most of the programs they organize in these states will always be in the town here. And sometimes for the health workers, what of those health workers, how often do they take it down to the people in rural communities? They can move to the churches, to communities, women programs. Let them know about, that is the awareness we're talking about. If they want to organize rally and things like that, it will always be in the town. Most of these people are ignorant of some of these diseases. Yes, they are ignorant of that. They don't know much about it. I am urging the government to find a way of taking it down to those people that need it most, because I believe that most of the people in the town, they are well informed. There are some people who don't even listen to what this program, what these things we are saying. They don't have radio, they don't have access to the radio, they don't have access to television. How do they get the information? If you don't take it down to them, it becomes a serious problem. Secondly, I want us to also look at, they say that prevention is better than cure. We want us to look at what we eat. I like what Her High Excellency, the wife of the governor of Anambra, says, doing on healthy living. And the last time I learned that she's taking the sensitization down to different local governments, where they call the women, they discuss the issues, and they bring some issues, and they tell them about the need for them to, eat
right.
The right this. So that is the right thing. That is the message we should take to our people. The number of junk, the number of this thing we eat these days is getting too much, and it's affecting our lifespan. That is the truth about the matter. Let us know that Uber Zone that they will be preaching about and all that, they are very important. If you get vegetable from your garden, eat it, use it, and cook. Even if there is no fish and you have garden enough fruits and vegetables, you will be healthy. Well, sometimes some people spend millions, thousands buying meat and all that, forgetting that they can get, with 1,000 naira, they can get fruit and vegetable that will keep their body very nice. So that is my own appeal to our people. Let us remember it's very important to eat right. Thank you.
Right, thank you very much. Because of want of time, maybe our ship will have to sail to the United States now. Yes, recently President Donald Trump said that that about 10,000 workers, aid workers, will be relieved of their appointments. They would proceed on leave, starting from tomorrow, I guess, Friday, 7th February. They will proceed on leave. 10,000 aid workers worldwide, those that are in the employ of United States of America, I don't know what does this portend for Nigeria, for Africa, and the world at large? How do we say it? Your thoughts on that?
It's not a welcome development. It's not a welcome development at all. These people have been working for the United States of America and earning a living and solving their family problems. When they are out of job, you know what that means. Okay, it is going to affect their families. Trump should rescind his decision. He should rule America with a human face. I don't want to see him as a tyrant. Certain executive orders, the man has signed recently, some of them are anti-human. Yes, okay, that is not how, to govern a democratic society like Nigeria. Those of them from here that are under the employ of United States of America will come back to Nigeria and begin to constitute nuisance. Okay, here. It's not a welcome development. So the man should rescind his decision. If the Americans are crying about this, he should listen to their cry. Because the democracy is government of the people, by the people and for the people.
Yes.
What you are doing that is not in the best interest of your people is a bad policy. He should stop it. So I am against it. I condemn it in its entirety. That is that.
Yeah. You have something on that.
Okay, thank you. I was just looking at our time. Like Chuamaka said, I beg to differ a little. I can't be in my house and be feeding other people. When I need the money, I have to stop. Now, Trump told Americans that I will make America great again, and I will stop all this, he call it wasteful spendings. They are spending over $10 billion annually because we are talking about United States Agency for International Development. And one of the, Elon Musk was the person that made a statement that triggered this, that this is the wasteful spendings. This international development, go to countries of the world, check what they've done with USAID. You see that some people are embezzling this money. But like he said, he's a bad omen to families because they have staff in Anambra here. Yeah. It was like in this good Nigeria now with this viable economy. And you are telling somebody that from tomorrow, your parents have no, your father has no job again, and you adding to our unemployment. So for human face, let's continue it this year. After, so that once we are working, you know that by next year you'll be looking for another job. But I think Trump hasn't offended anybody by saying that I've been giving you food for over 30 years. I don't have enough again. Go and work. Go and cultivate. And Nigeria should be able. Okay, look at HIV now, where they are supporting Nigeria. Nigeria has budgeted 4.something billion to take care of that HIV issue, to ensure that antiretroviral drugs are still free. So let us come up with ideas to create our own fund, to do things by ourselves. Let us stop hoping on people, because we say it in Igbo, we can't be hoping in America every day. America this, America that, America this, America that. So Trump, allow us to eat the salary this year. Next year, you can do better. I think he hasn't offended anybody. Thank you very much.
Right, thank you. Yes, let's try and look for what we can do for ourselves and not always relying on other people to do whatever for us. On that note, we come to the end of this week's edition of our News and Current Affairs program, Journalist Lounge. Please do join us next time, next week, for another interesting edition. I still remain your anchor, Judy Jeff Nwabeze, JJ for short. See you then. Bye.